Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. My name is Dusty Suela, and I am the owner of Panda Marie. I am a holistic therapist, nutritionist, yoga instructor, but I'm also a mom, a wife, a friend. And today we're going to be doing just an adult practice, a very simple adult practice. So I am an avid yogi. I personally feel that yoga and meditation has changed my life. It has really helped me through the toughest, most difficult times in my life. And it has also been, on those times where I don't really want to meditate, or I feel like I don't really have time. I don't have time for this or that. In the beginning, when I was coming up with this routine of life and my yoga and meditation practice, I oftentimes would have excuses on why I maybe couldn't do yoga or take the time to meditate. But I was very diligent, and I had a strict regimen, a strict schedule with it. And I start my day every single day with meditation, either 5 to 10 minutes to 30 to 40, even sometimes an hour of meditation. And it really sets my intention for the start for my day, but it also has helped me to prepare for those difficult times that, with life, we're all going to encounter at some point or another. So we're here today. I'm going to do a little beginner practice. And with all of my classes that I teach and promote, a couple different things. First and foremost, let go of any judgment on yourself. We are all different. We all have different capabilities and levels of flexibility and balance. So that's what makes us, I feel, that's our superpower, is that we're all different. So we're all beautiful. We're all perfectly made. So to honor that, but let go of any judgment. So if you get a little off balance, that is okay. So you just recenter and have a strong foundation and start again. So no judgment, but also I would like you to listen to your body. So just kind of in that same line, if I'm doing something and you think to yourself, oh, that really is painful, or I feel like something's gonna stretch too far, or I can't physically do that, that's okay. A couple options: you can always come back to a simple seated, but you can also, which is just kind of crisscross yogi sauce, just sitting down on your mat with your legs crossed. The other thing that you can do is you can come into child's pose, and I'll show you that in just a moment. You can also, if you're like, I'm not feeling it today, and you just want to be at peace and just relax, just go into Shavasana, which is called, it's corpse pose typically, but really just laying on your back, opening up your heart center, your hands, palms up if that feels good to you, and just soften your gaze. Once again, there's no judgment here. So do what you need today during this practice, but through any of my classes, any of my yoga classes that I offer, or anything that I offer in my studio or in my presence, I guess, no judgment ever. Do what you need and what feels good to you. So we're gonna get started. So no judgment, listen to your body. And I would like you to try your best to stay present. So with being present, and that is just super simple, try not to overthink it. To be present is really just to notice how you feel, to notice your senses. I will have my eyes closed for the beginning part of this practice, and that is so I can really check myself and tune in to how I'm actually feeling. Because sometimes our mind tells us how we think we need to be feeling, when really we need to listen to our bodies a little bit more. So no judgment, listen to your body, and try to be present. And that one, some days I'm fully present, some days I have monkey mind, lots of different thoughts going on. So we're gonna get started. So starting off on your mat in simple seated, I'm gonna sit on my bolster to get started. And I like my hips elevated just a little bit in the beginning part of this practice. And that just helps my lower back, but it also helps with my posture. So I'm able to really lift up and open up my heart and also my lungs. So when I meditate, this is how I sit most of the time. So I'm going to start off with just my hands on my thighs. You can do that on your knees. You could do, if you'd like, hands at heart center and Anjali Mudra, or a separate mudra, if you're familiar with that. Otherwise, just your hands on your thighs. And then I'm going to ask that you soften your gaze or close your eyes for just a moment. And I want you to check in with yourself. So notice how you're feeling. Not judging, just listen and feel. Noticing your breathing as your lungs expand. And then feeling the release as you exhale. Again, taking another breath. Just naturally breathing. And release. So now I would like you to bring to mind maybe a word that you would like to focus on throughout this practice. Maybe kindness or gratitude or happiness, something that's a positive word. So bringing that word to mind, and I would like you to imagine that word down here just below your belly button. And I like to do this with most of my yoga practices, yoga classes. I start this way. And then as you slowly start to inhale, I want you to imagine that word moving up into your heart center. Inhale a little bit more, bring it up into your throat. And then inhale, fill the lungs completely as you lift all the way up through the crown of your head. So your lungs are full. And then we're going to slowly exhale. I want you to imagine that word floating back down to your belly. Relax your shoulders as you release all of that air. Let's try that again. Slowly inhale. Lifting all the way up through the crown. And then exhale, release all the air as that word floats back down to the belly. Continuing, let's try 2 more breaths. And exhale. Very good. One more time. Big inhale as you lift and lengthen, feeling your lungs expand. And then this time when we exhale, let's let go of a little sigh breath. Very good. Let's roll our shoulders up and back, lifting up through the crown, taking a big inhale. And then as we exhale, letting your ear fall over to your shoulder. So I'm going to be opposite, you guys. So letting your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Feeling that expansion in the left side of your neck. And then inhale through center. Exhale, second side. Noticing the difference between this side and the first side. Again, inhale through center. Slowly exhale, let that ear fall off to the right side. One more time through center. And exhale off to the left side. Bringing it back to center. Rolling the shoulders up and back once again. Let's take a big inhale. We're going to lift the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And I want you to stretch your fingertips. Take a big breath. And then we're going to exhale, release the arms all the way down. So stretching our shoulders just a little bit, lengthening through the spine as we take that big breath. Inhale up. And exhale, release down. One more time, big inhale, let's bring it up. And exhale, right hand to the earth. And you can choose. You can bring that hand out a little bit. You can bring it down to the elbow. You get to choose here. And then we're going to bring the opposite arm up and over. So opening up the side body, you can reach that right hand down on the mat, on the earth. You can choose to look up towards the ceiling, but really pressing, engaging the left hip, pressing it into the earth. And then exhale, release it down. Bring it back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the second side. The left hand comes out. Right hand comes up and over. You can choose to look up towards the ceiling. You can also look down at the earth. Opening the side body. So pressing, engaging that right hip as you press into the ground, into the bolster. Exhale, release. Bring it back to center. One more time on each side. Inhale, we can flow just a little bit faster if you'd like. Exhale, release all that air. One more time on this other side. Inhale. Exhale, release. Very good. Let's bring our hands back to our thighs. So that is what I like to do in a lot of my beginner practices. That is what I do, those couple little things every morning. To center my mind and really just start to get some blood flow and really expand my lungs. So taking a couple breaths. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring it onto all fours. I like to practice yoga, most yogis, without your socks on. So if you have socks on, you can take them off. I also encourage you to have a strong foundation with yoga. So having your fingertips spread wide as you anytime you have your hands on the earth, toes are tucked, and we're going to press through the palms, roll the shoulders back, take a big inhale, roll through cow. So we're lifting up through the crown of the head, lifting the tailbone, opening the heart, and then exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, press into the palms as you roll through cat. Leading with our breath, take a big inhale, roll through cow. And exhale, cat. Continuing to roll through at your own pace, a couple times in each direction. I also think that this is a great way to get the spinal fluid rolling, get the blood flowing. One more time through. Cow and cat. Very good. Let's bring it back to a neutral spine. We're going to release the toes and bring the knees as wide as your mat, if that feels good to you. Bring the toes, the big toes together. Taking a big inhale and slowly exhaling, releasing down into child's pose, Balasana. So your hands can come out, depending on your shoulder flexibility. You can reach towards the top of your mat. You can also have your arms bent. And then releasing your forehead down towards the earth. So relaxing your shoulders, the space between your hips, and letting your heart sink towards the earth. Feeling the pull of gravity. And then circling back to that word of intention that you set at the beginning of class. Keeping your forehead on the earth, let's bring the fingertips to the mat. Bring your wrists and your elbows up. Let's take a big inhale. And then exhale, release the heart towards the earth. Nice little stretch. We're going to release the hands back to the earth. We're going to press up into all fours. Strong foundation as always. Pressing into the palms as roll through cow. And exhale, cat. Release it back to a neutral spine. Keeping your left knee on the earth, we're going to bring your right leg back. We're going to press into the heel on the right foot, stretching, feeling that lengthening in through the Achilles tendon, the calf, pressing the earth towards the heel towards the earth. And I feel personally that this is really important to do prior to coming up into down dog, which we'll get to in just a moment. Go ahead and release that knee. Second side, bring the left foot back, pressing into the earth. Nice little stretch. Noticing the difference between the two sides. And then go ahead and release that knee. We're going to walk our hands up just a couple inches towards the top of our mat, having a strong foundation. And we're going to tuck the toes and bring it up into down dog. So lift the hips up. And then we're going to start off by walking the dog right and left. Noticing how your body feels. And giving yourself some grace, noticing that it's okay if your heels don't come to the earth. If you're not very flexible, maybe you don't have a lot of strength in your shoulders, you can always come down to your knees. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands back to our feet. We're going to be in this forward fold here for a moment. This is also a great way to get the blood flowing to the crown of the head. So we have a strong foundation. Your feet are flat on the earth. And letting your head fall towards the earth. You can release your hands to opposite elbows. You're just letting your hands hang out here for a moment. Let's take 2 breaths in this forward fold. Releasing any tension on the shoulders, relaxing your jaw, having a slight bend in the knees. And then we're going to slowly walk the hands up the thighs, standing all the way up. Very good. We're going to stand here in a strong Tadasana, a mountain pose here for just a moment. So a lot of yoga poses, standing poses, starts in this Tadasana, this mountain pose. So with this, it's important to have a strong foundation. So finding a good standing Tadasana pose. So my feet are rooted into the earth. I start off by lifting my toes and then placing my toes down to the earth. My knees have a slight little bend, and I'm lifting up through the crown of my head. But I feel personally it's very important to always have a strong foundation in life and also in our yoga practice. So let's take a big inhale. Let's bring it up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the arms down. And to show and to notice if you have a strong foundation, try closing your eyes. Your feet are rooted. Lifting, lengthening through the crown. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and open your eyes. Very good. All right, I'm going to bring it now to the top of my yoga mat. And we're going to start in that strong Tadasana once again. And let's take a big inhale. We're going to bring it all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands down. Let's step back to a high lunge. So my left foot is under my left shoulder. We're going to release the right knee, release the toes, pressing up, big inhale. Let's exhale, let's sink the hips forward just a little bit, if that feels good to you. Exhale, release the hands. Tuck the toes, bring that knee up, stepping forward. Move this candle so my hair is getting on fire. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down. Stepping back with the left foot this time. Strong foundation. Release that left knee. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, you can sink those hips. Bring it forward just a little bit. Inhale. Lift those hands. Exhale, release it down. Bring that knee up. Stepping forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, all the way down. Step back with the right foot once again. This time, pressing into that left foot, you're welcome to bring the knee down or keep it up. We're going to take a big inhale, coming up into crescent lunge. stepping forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands down. Step back with the left foot. Strong foundation. Right foot is planted into the earth. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Very good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down. This time we're going to step back to a high plank. So you can choose to release your knees or keep your knees up. As you release your belly to the earth, keeping your elbows at your side, pressing up into cobra. Pressing back into the last one, child pose. Taking a moment here to return to your breath, your intention. Let's slowly bring it up to all fours, tuck the toes, exhale, down dog. Walking the hands back to the feet. And then walking the hands up the thighs. Standing once again. All right, good job, everyone. Bringing your feet just a little bit wider than hip width apart. Feet are at a little bit of an angle. Bring the hands to heart center in a Anjali mudra. Lifting up through the crown. We're going to bring it down into Malasana, one of my favorite poses. So big inhale. And then slowly exhaling, bending the knees, bringing it all the way down to the earth. So your knees are bent. Your crown is lifted up towards the ceiling. Feet are rooted. If you find that your heels start to come up, walk your feet out just a little bit further. So this is a great hip opener. It's also great for stress relief. Good. Taking another big inhale and exhale. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your jaw just a little bit. Let's take one more big breath. Exhale, release through the mouth. Very good. Releasing your hands and sitting all the way back onto your mat. And we're going to slowly bring it down to our mat here. I would like you to straighten your legs out. And we're going to be aware as we move down onto our backs. So placing your hands out, palms up, taking a big inhale, pressing your heels into the earth, and slowly exhaling, bringing it all the way down to your mat. Very good. Palms are up. Releasing your arms out to the side. We are now going to prepare for our final pose. Relaxing your body. You can close your eyes if that feels good to you. And just taking a couple moments, a couple breaths here in Shavasana. Noticing how your body feels. Letting go of any judgment. Being present. Relaxing the skin on your face. Releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders and your elbows, your fingers. And letting your spine melt into your yoga mat, into the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Relaxing your hips and your glutes, your thighs, your knees, calves, and ankles. Letting your body just surrender into Mother Earth. As you take a couple more breaths in this pose. return slowly to our breath. Taking a big inhale and exhale, returning to some movement in your fingers and your toes. And if you would like, take a big full body stretch. Bring your arms up above your head, reaching your toes out. Exhale, release your arms down. Bring your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little hug. It's said, my grandmother would say, that you need about 8 hugs a day. So if this is your first hug of the day, you have 7 more to go. Giving your lower back a little attention. And then rolling over to your right side and coming up to a simple seated, or you can just rock yourself up. So we will end this class where we started. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Thank you very much for joining me once again. I appreciate it. And the light in me sees and honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you, guys.